Yeah, so having shared the link, if you have not shared it yet, please go ahead. So, but now I have more, a higher number of people on the call. I guess it's time to get into tonight's business. So, tonight we'll be having a special edition or a different edition where we will be talking about something special, and we have a special guest. So I don't really know how many of us have heard about SuperTeam. It has been trending lately. If you're in the crypto space, and you've not heard about SuperTeam, that means you're actually missing a lot. So we are privileged to have not just Enugu State coordinator, but he's also Southeast Regional Coordinator of SuperTeam Nigeria. All right, so we are privileged to have him here in our presence. Vancube, can you say hello?
Yeah. Hello, GM, everybody.
Yeah, GM boss. So we'll be having a wonderful section with him tonight. So I would like you to open your ears, set your minds, be attentive, and don't forget to drop your questions because our files will be flowing. Trust me. I'm a member of SuperTeam. All right. So I'm part of SuperTeam, and I know what it means to be in this section. So open up yourself, be ready, and you get a whole lot of opportunities. So okay, maybe Evans, maybe why not just do a little introduction about yourself, then we run along from there.
All right. So yeah, once again, good evening, everybody. Um, I think there's much introduction because he has already mentioned my portfolio. I think he has said everything. So, yeah, I'm Moses Evans Chibike, and I'm the I'm the current Southeast Regional Captain for Super Team NG, and also the state moderator for Enugu State, Super Team NG Enugu State. Sorry, am I audible? If I'm by any way wronging or not audible, please somebody should bring my notice to that.
Yeah, sure, I can hear
Uh,
you clearly.
okay. You know this Telegram, you can't really react. So when you say things, people can't really react to it. So that's why I really prefer
Uh,
Google Meet.
I think I've
Yeah,
been
I can hear you.
shoot. I think you should just maybe try to be on the group chat. I think that will help. Maybe if you're on the group chat,
Yeah. To view the
uh,
chat, yeah.
yeah, yeah, it will be easier for you to keep the messages in check. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that's me, the moderator for Super Team Enugu, and I'm I'm here to say as much as I can, answer as much as I can, and deliver as much as I can. So I'm open to whatever you people want. And by the way, Caspade has been. I need to talk about Caspade too. It's not just Super Team. Before Super Team, I'm also part of this community. Let's just say I'm like an alumni of Caspade community. So for every for every person here, I think it's best for you to know that we didn't just come up and become Super Team NG moderator and all that. There was a path towards that. So if you're thinking, how did he get to that level? How did he come up to this? Yeah, think Caspate too. So yeah, that's my profile. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Vancube. I call him Vancube, guys. I might be calling him Evans. I might be calling him Vancube. Anyone, please, you hear? I'm still referring to him. So, guys, yeah. So, Thank you once again. And yes, like he rightly said, he's part of Cascade, and I just want to. He's here as super team, so I didn't just want to read out all his portfolio because Evans is also one of our advisors in Cascade. So yeah, it's really nice having you, brother. So getting started, yeah, we're talking about super team. So I would like you to tell us what is super team. What really is super team? Who are they or what are they?
Okay. So it's very simple. Super Team DAO. Yeah. I will just go straight to the point and tell you what it is and what it's all about.
All right.
Basically, in summary, Super Team is actually the talent hub for Solana. Everybody here is not new. So far, you're in Cascade, you are not supposed to hear the name Solana for the very first time. So we all know what Solana is all about, yeah? The blockchain, the revolution they are bringing to transactions, the better formats of things in the blockchain they are doing for developers and all that. So basically, Super Team exists to be the talent hub, the talent part for Solana. Now, there are other sister organizations to Solana. When I say sister organizations, I mean they are All Stars, there are Solana Creatives, there are what's these people's name? There are other sister firms too. But then Super Team we exist as the talent hub where Solana picks its own talent. I can tell you if you hop into Super Team platform now, you're going to see different Solana projects putting up bounties, putting up job opportunities on that particular platform because that's actually where they know they can get solid hands to venture into some of those gigs and all that. So yeah, for the meantime, I don't know if there's any future plan, but this is the basic reason why Super Team exists to a platform where Solana gets its own talent. Developers, designers, writers, video content creators, um, robots and AI programs and all that. So yeah, Super Team is the talent hub for Solana. I think I did justice to that.
Yes, thank you so much. So thank you very much. You explained something about talent hub for Solana. Yeah, this is not my next question, but just to throw more light on this, you explained something about talent hub on Solana.
Yeah, you said is there something like talent hub on Solana?
Yeah, sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, can you hear me now? You said Super Team is a talent hub for Solana. So talking about talent hub here, what kind of talents do you actually mean when talking about talent hub for Solana? Because there are a lot of talents out there, all right? There are a whole lot of talent. So which part of talent is Super Team actually focusing on? Because there are, like I said, there are a whole lot of talents. Talking about the Web3 space, there are a lot of talent, skill, and everything. So which part of it is Super Team primarily focused on, and why are they focused on those parts?
Oh, okay, okay. So, I like the way you arrange this question because there are a whole lot of talents when it comes to Web3. There, if you start
Yeah,
naming them, in fact, including the ones people coin out by themselves, you know that talent they. But
LinkedIn. Let me
um,
go to LinkedIn. Let me go LinkedIn.
just enter LinkedIn now, you'll be shocked. So, but Super Team, I think every quarter. No, let me not conclude on that. I don't think it's every quarter because some has lingered, but I think most times they still iterate on this and they add more talents. But then this is the basic ones that I'm so sure that they are always onboarding in their in the ecosystem. So number one, basically writers.
Okay.
writers, designers, developers. Then of recent, they added the pin. Yeah, the pin has to do with hardware. The normal developers we know in Web3 is basically software, come and write code. Sorry, I hope you guys can hear me because I kind of
Yeah, go
minimized
ahead.
to reply a chat. Okay. All right. So like I said, most of those devs in the Web3 space are basically doing software programs, executing applications, dApps that are basically solving problems in the Web3 space. But then in SuperTeam, they introduced what is called the pin. The pin is basically for hardware and infrastructures. They are decentralized physical infrastructures in the ecosystem, that's in the Web3 in blockchain currently. Other ecosystem are beginning to adopt this thing, but if you check very well, it is very profound on Solana blockchain. So um, I just mentioned developers. Now, developers are somewhat different from the pin because the pin has to do with hardware. So when I say hardware, if these basically developers that are grounded on Python, people that are grounded on Arduino, people that are grounded on Raspberry Pi, um, people that you can produce, not really produce, but you can work towards manufacturing stuff that you can see physically and you integrate Solana to it. So that's what the pin is all
Oh,
about: AI, robots, and the pin. Then the I think the most recent of all is video and content creators. So let me recap
okay.
again: writers, designers,
Yeah.
developers, the pin and AI, then video and content creators. Yeah. So these are the talents currently
Okay.
that are basically being admitted by SuperTeam.
Okay. So,
So I
one,
think I think you asked
okay, go
why.
ahead. Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah. So the reason behind the why is this. Um Now Solana is known. I don't know, but currently they seem to be the blockchain with the highest VCs and investors. So
Okay.
most times, it's preferable to invest with trusted hands. Now, there are a lot of people building. There are a lot of people with ideas they want to execute, but then they need an ecosystem that has good talents. So basically, some of these writers are not really far-fetched. Let me not just narrow it down to a talent, but most all these talents now are like the basic thing that are needed to build. Because in super team they call these guys, everybody with skill. Most times they call them in super team builders, because you're not just writing,
Yeah.
just write for a gig or design for a gig. No, what we believe in is actually teaming up to produce more of products like the Caminos. Most of these guys you're seeing out there today, they are actually starting from scratch. Camino,
Yeah.
Card of. I don't know if you guys know Card of. No, you should know Card of boss Tony Claw.
Yeah,
So
no, Tony.
some of these guys are starting from the scratch, and when you start from the scratch like that, you basically make use of talent that are disposed to you. So these
Uh,
talents are
I, I can't hear you well again. I think something is blocking your mic or something.
Oh, okay. Maybe I shifted kind of. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah, it's perfect now.
So some of these talents, I was saying, most of these guys, most of these products we see out there actually started from the
Mm.
scratch. And starting
Yeah.
from the scratch, most times you don't have the funds to pay people. You don't have the funds
Yeah.
to get hire some type of skills. So some of these
Yeah.
skills in super team are actually at your disposal as a builder. So
Mm.
the writers, dev, and all these skills I mentioned are actually
Yeah.
the basics for the basic
Yeah.
talents that are needed for builders. So that's actually the reason why they selected these particular talents to make it easy for builders to achieve most of their plans. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's the reason why we have just this selected few.
Wow, this is so great because it's actually correlating with some things I talk about in Cascade. And when I teach them on the whole uh, building a skill thing. All right. And I tell them that as a beginner or someone getting into the Web3 space, there are kinds of skill you should focus on getting. All right. There are kind of skills you should focus on getting. I don't see whereby you are getting new into crypto, then you are going for data analysis or you are going for um ethical hacking. All right. You're going to text space, you are going to data analysis, you're going to take ethical hacking and things like this. And I ask people when you want to, okay, fine, you are just starting. It's not like, oh, you've been around for a while. You just want to upgrade your skill or you just want to choose another path. Maybe you have a good basic, you don't have a basic, and you are going for things like this. You ask yourself, for you to get good at that particular field, let me even leave data analysis, something like ethical hacking that needs a pro skill to go into. You ask yourself, um, going into hacking, there are basic languages you need to know. To learn those basic languages will take you months, if not like about a year or two, to be very good at them. Then before you start considering yourself, so you see, before you get very good at that thing you do, you've spent like 3 to 4 years just learning. Yeah, like you're still learning, trying to get your hands on what you're doing. So this thing super team is doing is something that is shifting people's focus because there are, like, I like something you've made empathy on is what you said, basic. You said basic, and that basic is like everything there because there are skills that if you want to get into a particular niche, there are kinds of skill that is a place to start from. All right, there are kinds of skills a place to start from, and things like this you talked about, writing, designing, content creation, uh, blockchain development. These are like a good way to start from, and you know, you mentioned something about people building projects, the kind of people they easily hire. There is no project that is starting now that uh there's no project that is starting now, and the first thing the person is looking for is an ethical hacker. All right. Or there's no project that is starting now, and the first thing the person is looking for is a data analyst. It's not the first thing. Skills that people need first are like things like a developer, a designer, a writer, all right, probably a social media manager, and the rest of them. All right. So these are like basic skills. So Evans, thank you so much for this. And like Super Team is really doing a great job. Super Team is really doing a great job. Then taking us to the next question here. Why Super Team? And why what I mean by why Super Team is if someone okay, before I ask why Super Team, does Super Team have any provision? Because you talked about skills, okay, that it's a talent hub. So does Super Team provide any structure that teach people these skills? Like someone is a newbie, he's just knowing about crypto and he's looking for a platform to grow. Does Super Team provide such resources for growth, like from going from scratch? Yeah, does Super Team have such a structure?
Yeah, so um let me not say my story in super team because
Okay.
let me not do the story part before we take our whole time telling story. But
All right.
every I think my stay in the blog in crypto space actually started from value corp, and it's all about giving you
Yeah.
value, you knowing that you need to dish out
Yes, yes,
value
yes, I think so.
and you earn.
Yeah.
So basically when I hopped into Super Team and I saw what was happening in Super Team, I was really shocked. Um yes, there is actually platform to groom people with zero skill. For
Wow.
example, now the content team in Super Team NG, they are currently doing a 3D bootcamp that's teaching them how to use what's this app self to render 3D stuff. What's this app? They're teaching them how to use
Blender.
that app. Blender, yes. They're teaching them Blender from scratch. The
Okay,
problem
that's
I
for
have is I
designers.
don't
Yeah.
really happen to attend that class, but every single class has been recorded. In they pay me say I no dey the class, but then it is what it is.
It is what it is.
So there is actually room to learn if you don't know how to go about it. Even for writers,
Okay.
they even I think every guild, both writers, because last week last week we finished the dev bootcamp, teaching developers how to build on Solana, how to integrate some of
Yeah.
the Solana integrations, T-Link, Metaplex, every integration you need. They still tutor them, and the good thing we do now is recording all this session, because before now they don't even record it; they just teach and otilo. But now it is being recorded and it's kept.
Yeah.
So there's actually
Mm.
a booming
That,
platform for zero knowledge people. Yeah.
wow. Wow, that's really, really, really very impressive. Like really, really impressive. It's just looking like it's Solana. Solana is just like or Superteam rather. Superteam is just like a, well, let's say, poverty elevation scheme. Whereby someone you don't have the knowledge, you come in and you, without anything, you just come in, just participate, be there, and you grow and you stand to get opportunities. All right. So yeah, having made that clear, because it said things about talent sport. So I wanted to be sure that Super Team actually provides an environment where people can actually learn and grow, not just like it doesn't just work with the pros. All right. So making that clear, all right, there are many other platforms that do what Super Team does. So what really makes Super Team, like you mentioned, other sister Solana platform, like I know about Solana All Star. I think I know about Solana Creatives too, which you mentioned. So but what really makes Super Team outstanding? What are really the advantages of being a Super Team member?
Okay. I think this is the best part. This is the best part I would like to even
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
more. What really makes
yeah.
Super Team different? Okay, now this is the thing.
Mm,
Um, I think we've had this argument one time in our group chat. Now I think most times when Africans or blacks, let me use blacks, let me not narrow it. No, let me not use blacks, let me use Africa now. When Africans um adopt crypto firm, or maybe
Africa be
when
black now.
no no be all blacks be Africans now. So most times when Africans adopt some of these these crypto projects, most times they just tend to make us users. I don't know if you guys get me. We just turn to ordinary users. We don't really contribute. We are just
Yeah,
people contributing our
yeah,
fund to make extra fund. Do you understand? So, but I think the concept of super team in Nigeria is
for them.
different, because we have a platform of not just giving them users. We have a platform of giving them talents. We have a platform of also producing builders in the Solana ecosystem. Now, there is this
Yeah,
hackathon season. This is currently like a hackathon season in Solana ecosystem, and if you check well, I'm not sure there is any Solana. firm or sister to SuperTeam that is actually producing people building real-time products that are solving situations globally. Nigerians building products, and their customers are not just Nigerians. Their market audience is a global audience. So SuperTeam is different because we have a room to display, to dish out builders, to bring in innovations and not just ordinary users. We are different because we don't give users. We are not a community of users. We are a community of builders. So I think this is where there is a demarcation between SuperTeam and every other sister firm. We build, we get people, we get talent, bring them together, and we'll make something tangible out of them. And if you're looking for evidence of these builders, it's everywhere. I mentioned Cutoff. I'm mentioning Proto now. There are other Solana ID. I think they will soon do their own airdrop too. Some of these guys started this way. Marginify was there before Camino came up. Camino was the same thing, started this way. And today, these guys, if you look at the process, okay, fine. Let me even narrow it down to Nigerian products. We have TriKey. TriKey currently is built on Solana, and it's a Nigerian product. Cluster is a Web3 real estate product. It's built on Solana and it's a Nigerian product. People build stuffs from Nigeria and make a global market out of it. So this is where there's a demarcation between SuperTeam and every other sister firm in the Solana ecosystem. We're not given to just users. Yes, we get the fact that users come in, where we see people just coming for the airdrop, putting their money in pre-sale to double up their funds and all that. But if you check very well in SuperTeam, that's not really the basic. That's not really the if you check it by percentage, that's not really where we'll have our high percentage. Our high percentage and our efforts are more on builders. So yeah, we are, like I said, talent hub.
Yeah.
These talents come together and we still build. So we are given to a mindset of building. So that's the demarcation here.
Okay. So yeah, still on that here. So you're like trying to clear up between SuperTeam and other Solana sister platforms. Okay, yeah. So trying to compare SuperTeam and other skill or let's say skill related platform or other talent hubs, all right? Other talent hubs, because there are, I think you should know about Aya HQ.
Yeah.
There are other platforms out there that still, do the whole development thing of teach people how to develop, organize boot camps, host hackathons, just with what SuperTeam is doing. So what is really the advantage of someone being part of SuperTeam?
Okay.
Like, what are the advantages of being a member of SuperTeam?
So I'm not going to make it look like I'm selling SuperTeam. I'll just be 100, very open and 100 with this community. Yeah. So being in SuperTeam is not like before you even become a member self, you go down show working, you will be known.
Yes.
You will definitely know that, oh, this guy has been there, he has been showing up, he has done this, he has done that. Yeah. So what are really the benefits? Now, the first benefits I personally discovered is actually the number of VCs at your disposal, the number of investors ready to put in money at what people are actually building. This is the first thing I see that is actually different. Okay, currently now, currently, everybody is working towards submission for the radar hackathon. Now, the radar
Yeah.
hackathon was actually announced before the hackathon that is just closing, Blinkathon.
Yeah. Yeah. The
That's
Blinkerton. Yeah.
like the way these guys are just to um ready to compensate talents. Like I know Blinks is not really hard to build because it's a new concept
Mm.
in the blockchain ecosystem. I say blockchain ecosystem,
Mm-hmm.
Solana ecosystem. But the
Yeah.
way these guys really love innovation, you would see it in the money, the amount of money they invest in their builders. So the admirable stuff with SuperTeam, number one, is the number of VCs that are involved. You know, number of VCs, that's one. These guys, I think, apart from Solana Foundation getting involved, I've mentioned Blink. In Radar now, Blinks, they are like one of the VCs. They are like one of the people supplying funds for this Radar hackathon, and they did their own hackathon separate from Radar. In fact, Blink hackathon is ending today by 11:59 p.m. So submissions will end today now, and that same project you submit for Blink hackathon, you still submit it for Radar. That and these guys are really open to listen to what you're building. They are ready to. Funny enough, most times when you drop what you're building on Twitter with other blockchains, nobody even want to even give you hearing. Nobody want to listen to you because you're from Nigeria. But when you do stuffs from Nigeria here and you tag these guys, and the response you get is really admiring. So, VC aside now, then let's talk about the grants available. When I mention grants, I mean, I'm not saying money that you collect and later you pay back. No, these are money they give you free of charge for completing tasks. There is writers grant. Of recent, Jupiter actually started content grants for people that can actually do video production, do video stuff, visuals, basically audio visuals, to bring more valuable users to their platform. So I think I think, is it up to 100,000 of Jup? Yeah, I don't know how much that would be in naira, or sorry, I don't know how much that would be in dollar. Or
Yeah.
there is grants for basically major stops, major people that are building. I wouldn't want to say there's grant for everybody, because most times when you check the grant platform, you see developers. You just see developers part. Developers they chop, but like my oga will say, business developers earn more. No matter how you want to check it, it's actually business developer that have more of the money.
Yes.
You write all the code you want to write in this life. The business minded
Yeah.
person is actually the one that would
Make
top
more.
everything. So
Mm.
I've mentioned VCs. Now the grants that are ready for every kind of project. Actually, there's grants for writers. Designers own is actually in the pipeline now. They are basically doing things for designers, because if you check our platform, I think there's low to nothing for designers, but they're working towards that. Apart from bounties, even the bounty itself is not really plenty for designers, but they're working towards that. There's grants for writers, grants for video content guys, grants for developers, and yeah, basically grants, and then the gigs that are readily available for people. It's not just teaching people how to build on Solana. It's not just teaching people how to code. No, it's not about Hello World in JavaScript or Hello World with Rust. No. After your Hello World, what are you doing with your Hello World? Now, if we know you are capable, um, let me use example of somebody from Enugu State, Nsukka precisely, a student in UNN that did soul music. Some of you might know the guy himself that did soul music. Now, The first day he tweeted this thing on X, he got a response from Solana. This now, I think the
Wow.
first thing they did was, can we see your proof of work? They actually wanted to know if he was the one that did that. Checked out his GitHub. When they found out, they were now in talks for gigs. So these guys are actually ready. Soul Music is part of the people building
Yeah.
building in Enugu State. Actually, it's part of the builders. So apart from VCs, investors ready to put in money in what you're doing, I've talked about grants. Now the gigs, the jobs, people are being hired. Chidili was hired. These people hired him recently. I think it's Jupiter. Yeah, for product
Yeah, you were telling me Jupiter. Yeah,
product
you
design,
said
something like that. Yes. So
design.
most times when anything you do and any firm from SuperTeam finds out, my brother, trust me, gig is actually is if you're not giving gig, trust me, somebody is watching you. Somebody is just looking at you to tilt towards my direction and you get the gig. So these are some of
Yeah.
the things. I don't want to mention other perks like airdrops because that's not basic. Is like if people after when we build,
Yeah.
let me say for example, if I now build in SuperTeam, get all the support, now to return the favor, we can now do airdrop to some of the members. Okay, so I don't want to mention airdrop as something that is spectacular, but then there are other benefits
Mm.
like airdrops, some giveaways and all that. No, but then look at the major thing: VCs
Yeah.
that are ready for you who are building, grants for people who are serious and actively
Yeah.
doing something in the ecosystem, gigs. So if you can focus on these three things, I think they are the basic spectacular things that make SuperTeam outstanding. Yeah. I hope I did not rob.
Yeah. Wow. Evans, thank you so much. Thank you so much for this. So while you were talking, no, 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 no. I heard you clearly, and I believe that every one of us heard him. Yeah, yeah. So, while our guest was speaking, one of his team members stepped into the call. Emmanuel Chibike. So he's the super team lead designer for Enugu State. So, uh, I call him Mayor. So, Mayor, can you say hello, if you can?
Yo, bro. Good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Are
Good
you
to
saying
be
something? I
here.
can't really hear you.
Oh,
Yeah,
good evening,
GM, yes.
everyone. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, nice to have you on the call.
Yeah, thank you, thank
Yes,
you.
yes, yes, yes. Yeah, nice to have you on the call. All right. So, yeah. So please, if you're following this call and you're really enjoying this section, I would really like you to drop an emoji in the community. Let's all drop an emoji in the community. I think by now we should be having one or two questions already for our guest. So I don't really know why we are not having any yet. I believe that one or two persons should be having questions already for our guest. Because like, even though yes, I know everything he's saying, but basically hearing them again is giving me so much excitement. Like, I will tell you guys, I have lately I have participated in, I've been active on Super Team, and when I tell you there are opportunities, there are very, very crazy opportunities. All right, in Super Team, there are very, very crazy opportunities in Super Team, especially if I build that. Some of us, when we came into crypto, all we just wanted to come in, is I came into crypto as a trader. So many of us, you might come into crypto as someone that, oh, you're just looking for a job to do. But I really want you to, after this call, I really want you to, if there's something Super Team is doing, is to shift your mindset, all right, to understand crypto from another limelight, to understand crypto from a very different dimension. Well, since I knew about Super Team and been part of it, I have always known that okay, I'll go into building products someday, but Super Team made me understand that I don't really have to wait. All right. Super Team provides a platform where it's easy for you. You can have an idea. Once you have an idea of what you want to do, you see developers who are ready to work with you, designers who are ready to work with you. Uh, content creators who are ready to work with you and help you build your project. And Super Team themselves are ready to work with you and help you make sure that, oh, you actualize the thing by, he mentioned hackathons, he mentioned gigs, even with your skill, all right, you can get gigs, you can get grants and everything. And the way Super Team gives grants, I know, even myself, I know he was trying to say, oh, he won't sell Super Team, but I will tell you guys for free. This way Super Team gives grants is so crazy. Like these guys are really there to encourage you. So if you have any of the related skill that was mentioned earlier on the call, or you are interested to know more about, okay, how do you get into this whole thing, please, it's an opportunity you shouldn't miss. So yeah, Evans, yeah. So you were talking about you said something about gigs, grants and hackathon, and you said like these are the major advantages of being a Super Team member. So, but how can someone actually lay hold of these opportunities? How can someone actually, like now, I want to get into the whole thing of maybe I'm a designer and I want to get a grant, or maybe I'm a developer, I have a product I want to build. How do I participate in hackathons? How do I participate in how do I get a grant and the rest of them? How can someone really lay hold of these beautiful advantages that Super Team is providing?
Okay.
uh
Well, why is everybody dropping fire emoji? Is something burning?
let me let me now.
Oh, all right. So, so how do people lay hold of this? I say lay hold. Platform of grace. Oh boy. Yeah. I think I'm still correct, sir. How do people lay hold of these opportunities? So, um, for newbies, mm, for newbies, because everybody will start as a newbie. For newbies, there is a platform for it. If you just head to n.superteam.fun, yeah, you will see everything. Everything I just mentioned now, you're gonna see it.
Please, can you drop it? Can you drop the link in the community?
All right, let
Can
me
you drop the link? Yeah.
get it. Let me get it.
Can you drop the link in the community?
Yeah, I'll get it now.
All right, thank you, great. And okay, some of you, please, as it's dropping the link, if you try to open the website and it doesn't work, please try a VPN. Some of Solana websites or Solana related websites, they don't open on our Nigeria location. So you try to download a VPN or something and change your GPS location to access some of these websites. So I think you can use the Winscribe or
Yeah.
any other VPN that is compatible with your mobile or desktop device. Yeah. Okay. I think he has dropped that in chat. Please continue.
Yeah. So that particular link now is actually the Super Team platform where you get grants, where you get opportunity to apply for grants, apply for gigs, attempt bounties, and even join your specific community. So that's for, like I said, that's for newbies. The first time you want to join Super Team, that's actually where you go first. But if you've lasted long, I mean like a month now, you're now joining our community calls, you're now thinking the way we are thinking. By then now you're not going to be joining some of the boot camp, the trainings, and you'll be joining up some like the hackathon now. Like the hackathon now, I don't think it's on that particular platform I dropped. The Radar Hackathon is not on that particular platform. If you're not in the community, you wouldn't even get some of this information. That's where our community is standing strong. Yeah, if you're not part of the community, you're not even going to get the whole detailed information. So basically, the radar hackathon, the submission starts today. It's not ending today, sha, but it's starting today. I think everybody building will be submitting. So if you have an idea and you think it's something you can run, should I also drop the radar hackathon link here for people that want to register? Because because there is room for
Yeah, sure, sure.
every other talent
Feel free.
to register. So you can join other team. You can join other teams that are working towards building something. You can join them and also participate in the hackathon. If you're a dev too, you can do something and show up your skill. Let me try and get the link for the hackathon.
Mm.
So just give me a minute while I
Yeah,
get
so
that.
guys, I really believe that. Okay. Oh, sure, that's fine. So, guys, yeah, I believe that we've been learning something. So, if you have any question concerning anything he has said or something you are not clear on, please start dropping your questions because we are actually about to wrap it up. So, if you have any questions about what he has been saying, or you have any confusions or any misconceptions so far with what he said, please do drop your question in the chat right now. Uh, and yeah, yeah. So, very good.
So yeah, I just dropped the link now. So you
Mm-hmm.
can register with any talent you have. Yeah, because whether community managers, social media managers, writers, register because you don't know the next Jupiter firm that will hire you. Yes, you can
Yeah,
join the
true.
next Jupiter tomorrow now and you wouldn't know. And from there, you have blue. So
Mm,
register no matter your skill. Um, so, like I said, one way of laying hold of this thing is the platform. Another easier method is actually joining our community calls. Community calls, apart from the general community calls now, every guild, developers, designers, writers, content, every guild have their own meeting time. So it's something you need to find out. You join, stay active. There's no how you miss out if you're actually active in super team. I'm saying this from experience. There's no how you will miss out from staying active. Okay, so participating in the community is actually what is going to give you more privilege. Like the devs now, they get gig with super team. Trust me. Just for example now, if Caspade should have a firm that actually want to hire people, he's not going to give random persons the gigs now. He's going to give people that he has trained, people he trusts that can actually do
yeah,
that stuff. So most time when
yeah,
gigs come in, we don't give normal people now. We don't give ordinary guys. We have to give our community people, people that are active. So that's why I said always be active. If you can be active in our community calls, different guild community calls, then that's actually the best shot in making most benefits from super team. Yeah, so that's it.
wow, wow. That was really a very interesting one. Thank you so much, Evans, for clearing up the whole thing about super team. So I think the last question I'll have for you tonight, and we'll call it a wrap, is how does someone become a member of super team? How does someone become a member of super team? Because you said something earlier about there are things people should do before they can actually become a super team member. So how can someone actually be a super team member?
Okay, so this is actually a question I get almost every day.
Mm,
Is something people ask me almost every day of my life, and let me just answer this thing. In super team, there's something called XP. experience
Okay.
points, and XP experience points is actually distributed to everybody in their Discord channel. Now, the thing is this: you don't get XP for just um for just checking out these sites. People that get
Mm.
XP, people that get XP are actually active persons. People that are active in our community calls, people that are active doing something for Super Team. So people that are active doing, like, if you check their tweet, their X handle, you see that wow, these guys are pushing. They're actually doing some big stuff, cooking a lot for Solana. You get?
Yeah.
So that's how you get XPs. And we move people from lockers, because we have lockers. From lockers you become a contributor. From a contributor you become a member. And from member your XP can be counting from zero and start going up. So but then the thing is, as a locker is just first timers, people that just come, newbies. So as a
Mm.
locker, you have to win up to 200 XP, 200 XP to become a member. Now, 200 XP does not guarantee your membership. 200 XP that we go with vivid proof of work, because the leads have to check out, okay, is this guy just attending calls to get XP and just become member, or you just want to accumulate XPs and just turn to member and ditch Super Team. So we need to see
Yeah.
your level of activeness. We need to see
Commitment.
your level of productivity in the community first before you become a member. Because there are some people that became members in Enugu State recently. They didn't become members because they actually just want to be members. These guys have been active doing something. These guys have been doing, actually, when you mention Super
Yeah.
Team in Enugu, then you actually see their face. So if you
Yeah.
ask them, before they even got the Super Team NG membership, they were not even expecting it, because they have worked for Super Team, and they are doing it not even because they want to be members again. They are doing it because they love what they are doing. Kind of. I'm not saying we
Yeah.
don't have people, but then before you become a member, there's a level of commitment you need to put in before you become a member. So yes, 200 XP, then you are good to go. Like I said, you are not just good to go like that. There's going to be a proof ground checking again to make sure
Yeah.
you're good to go. Then
Yeah.
before now, if you win a bounty, you become a member automatically. But Nigerians are good. Forget it. When it comes to talent and problem
Yeah.
solving, Nigerians are good. Before now, if you win a bounty, you become a member. But I think now, Jesus Christ, if you drop one bounty, I think the last So Flare bounty they did, the whole winners were Nigerians. So they stopped it. That you won a bounty doesn't mean you become a member. Okay, so it still boils down to your activeness and your productivity in Super Team. Then, but then if you get to the level that you build and win a grant, then trust me, you are automatically a member. So this is actually how you become a Super Team member. Yeah, no, thank you.
Wow. Okay, Evans, thank you so much. So okay, one last follow-up question. Still related to what you said. So how can someone actually get started? Because you said there are different stages to before you actually become a member. So how can somebody actually get started? How can a newbie get started with Super Team?
Okay. Like I said, um,
Did you get the question?
yeah, how can a newbie get started?
Sorry. Okay.
So there's a platform. I've dropped the link there.
Yeah.
Let's say you don't have any information about SuperTeam. That's actually the first place you go to. You
Okay.
have to check out what that particular platform is all about. What are they really doing? So, basically, attempt getting a gig with your skill. In fact, apply for grants. There's no how you will know everything happening there if you don't try it out. Okay. In fact, I do tell most of the people that I meet, I say, go there, go to that platform, make the mistakes, make lots of mistakes that you can, so that you can learn from them. Okay. So, um, getting conversant with the
Yeah.
platform, attend meetings. If you're a developer, attend developers meeting. Our last developers call was really superb because you need to hear what people are building. In fact, today is developers call for Enugu State. You need to hear what people are building. See how people are actually using what they are building to earn money. You need to now hear how many investors are actually interested in what some people are building, even before submission sef. Okay, so is when you get involved in some of these community cause, stay active with your own community, that you start seeing the benefits of where you are in particular. Then as a newbie, that's actually what I would say. Try out everything you see in the platform, stay active in your own community. Yeah, that's these two things in particular now will take you far in super team. Yeah, no, that's my 2%.
All right. So okay. Thank you so much, Evans. Thank you so. Yes.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're
So
welcome.
thank you so much, Evans, and thank you for joining. It was really a pleasure having you.